zum Beispiel. So now everyone is there. Yeah, it's okay so. You can see how tuning is done again. Sebastian, could you maybe put it on one, please? Maybe a little bit less noise.
Eins.
Yeah.
Danke dir, danke.
And also, yes. Thank you. I can calculate sometimes.
Five.
Yeah, old ones. Yes. So, guten Abend, liebe Gäste. Vielen Dank für das Kommen. Vielen Dank an alle, die immer wieder kommen. Und auch vielen Dank für die neuen Gäste. Ich werde weiter, wie immer, auf Englisch reden, weil wir haben hier eine Online-Live-Übertragung weltweit, so es gibt Leute, die kein Deutsch verstehen. Wenn jemand noch Fragen hat, kann ich nach dem Konzert wieder auf Deutsch alles erklären. Und ich kann noch 6 Sprachen, so es gibt gute Auswahl. So good evening, dear friends, and good evening our online guests. We're happy to see you again and again. Thank you so much for coming, for supporting us. Today we will play for you Indian classical music on these beautiful instruments which are called Sitar and Tabla. For those who listen first time, I can explain just a few words about our music. The most interesting and most exciting about Indian music is that almost everything what we are going to play now is spontaneously improvised. We didn't prepare any notes, any books, any pages. We didn't even practice. Sebastian Haidutschek, my very good and dear friend, and also he learned from me in the beginning. He just came from Kärnten, just 2 hours ago, 1 hour ago, for you. So, as you see, this is the typical illustration in our music, how we create music on the spot without preparing much. And it can be compared to talking. I always like this comparison with language. When I talk to you now, I also improvise. I don't read from a paper. I just feel something, feel some emotions, and I share spontaneously. Exactly the same way as our music, we just share spontaneously the feelings now and here, only one time, and we cannot repeat exactly the same twice. Same like talking, I cannot repeat exactly the same what I told 5 minutes ago. I really don't remember. And same as talking, as language, has rules. Same, our music has also some traditional, typical rules and regulations, which we learn during many years in India from our gurus. And that what makes our improvising meaningful. Same like talking. I can also talk some random words. I can say, look, this is the window. Look, this is a lamp. Yesterday I was in Schwedenplatz. Or like this, just random phrases. It will not make any sense. It will be boring to listen. So same with our music. If I play some random notes, it's not working. So in India, they developed a beautiful system how to improvise in a meaningful way, how to be able to share something, to express something concrete through spontaneous improvising. And what helps us here are two very important concepts, which we call raga and tala. So raga is a melody form, what I play on the sitar. There are hundreds of possible ragas. They have names, they have their own notes, up and down. They have their own typical phrases, like the language has order of words in the sentence. And each raga has even the time of the day when it's supposed to be performed. So we follow this format. Once we choose the raga, we have to stay in that raga. And raga is not created by us. It is something ancient. Sometimes there are also modern ragas, but they created by great gurus and masters of Indian music. And we learn them. And second, help, which helps us to improvise together when we are two people or more, it's the rhythm. We call it tala. That's the rhythmic cycle, which is going on like a clock, like a cycle, with the fixed amount of beats. For example, 16 beats or 10 beats, 7 beats, any number of beats. We can choose how many we want to follow, and we have to stay within that cycle together. We are trained in that for a long, long time. So we meet on beat number 1 of that cycle. You will see many moments like that when we look at each other and
Smile.
hopefully meeting together in the same beat and smiling. So that smiling, that joy is shared with people. Though for us maybe it's just a technical thing, the rhythmical cycle. So tala is what keeps us together in rhythm and in time. Raga is what creates a certain color, certain mood, or we say the state of mind. In English, the word raga is translated as that which colors the mind. So each raga has its own color. It will color our mind in a certain way. And we work and play with that color. So this is a little bit about our music. And now I start with the first raga, which is a beautiful evening raga called Rageshwari. That's the name. One of my favorites. I didn't play for a long time. And I must say that me and Sebastian, we also didn't play for about 2 years. So now you're going to witness first time in 2 years what we are trying to do together. And let's see. Sometimes it's a lot of fun. It's like when you don't meet a friend for a long time, you have a lot to talk. You can talk long. If you meet every day, maybe you don't talk so long. So that's the typical situation here. So I start with a short introduction in this raga, Rageshri, and then we will improvise together with Sebastian on the rhythmic cycle of 10 beats. We divided 5 plus 5. That will go on in our heart, in our mind, 10 beats, and we will try to make music on that. 10 beats Tala, which is called Japtal, Raga, Rageshri. So that was Raga Rageshri. Now we are warmed up and we continue to the next piece. But before that, I can tell you a few words about this beautiful instrument. Maybe some of you see it first time. Sitar is originally coming from Persia, modern Iran. Even today there is one instrument in Iran which is called Sitar with E, Sitar. It's a small, tiny instrument. So that is the grandfather or grandmother of the modern Indian sitar. When Persians came to India around medieval time, maybe 800 years ago, something like that, they brought their culture, their language, their music, and their musical instruments, and then Persian sitar got mixed with very old Indian traditional instrument which is called veena, and the modern sitar was born. So it's modern but 700 years old and it's really a unique instrument. It has a pumpkin here. This is the vegetable cubis, yeah, pumpkin as a resonator. And many people ask why is this thing? This is another resonator which is also made of pumpkin or of wood. And the idea is that when musician is holding the instrument, he has two resonators on both sides of his head, so he gets kind of a stereo effect. And it's like sitting inside the instruments between the two resonators, which is really a very interesting idea, not for the listeners so much, but more for the musicians. Because originally our music, our Indian classical music was not for concerts and not for entertaining. It was used a lot for spiritual practice. And in India, traditionally, people do spiritual practice alone. They go far in the mountains or in the cave somewhere in the forest, away from the crowd, and just meditate. So those who used instruments for this, they designed this beautiful way that the musician himself can hear all these fine overtones and sounds. That's why we have this extra resonator. It can be removed also. And sitar has 7 main strings. These are the 7 big pegs. And very interesting, it has also these 13 little strings here, which sometimes you hear when I do like this. It sounds like a harp. So these little strings are meant to resonate. They, it's like a effect. Like today we have all the pedals and digital effects for guitars. In India they created this mechanical effect already hundreds of years ago, which creates really beautiful and powerful sound of every note. When I play, see, I don't play anymore, but you still hear it from the inside. If I close the strings, it will be more dry. Only one string like this. So each note has to be tuned very carefully, and this is what I'm doing between the ragas, between the pieces. It takes some time to retune all the, or many of the strings. So that's the system in India. Between the pieces we give little time to retune our instrument, and also, like my guru said, to retune our mind to the next raga. We cannot switch just like that in 1 second. Tuning helps me also to get ready for the next one. So this is a little bit about the instrument itself and about the technique of playing. You see I'm wearing this little metal thing on the finger. This is called mizrab. It's also a Persian word. We play only with one finger, and this metal plectrum makes the sound louder. And left hand is like guitar, but we have a beautiful and special technique of bending the strings, what you heard now many times. I was doing something like this. Yeah? We can go up to 5 notes from the same fret bending. And this is very important element in Indian classical music, the bending or the round movements between the notes, which comes to remind us or copy human voice, like singing. Or it can also copy the natural sounds, like sounds of animals, birds, sounds of water, sounds of wind. They are all round in nature. There are no steps. So Indian instruments are designed like that to copy natural sounds, to copy human voice, and that's why it's very touching to every listener everywhere, because everywhere there are animals, birds, water, wind, same sound. So this is the technical part of the playing, the bending of the strings. Now we will continue with the next piece, which is a beautiful night raga. It's not night yet, but I feel like playing it, which is called Chandra Cons. This month in July this year, on 3rd of July, there was a full moon, and in India almost every full moon it's some kind of festival. So this full moon in July is dedicated to the gurus. That's the traditional Guru Purnima, many people know. So we also mark this. We just give respect to our gurus. This is my great guru, great maestro, Pandit Ravi Shankar, the legendary sitar player, and I learned also from two of his students, Pandit Partha Saroti, Pandit Shyamal Chatterjee, my very first guru, very dear to my heart. So on that day, on that full moon, we gave little respect to them, we made little ceremony, and today I want also to dedicate this concert to the same full moon. And this raga, that's why I choose this raga, because it has a name Chandra Cons, and Chandra in Hindi means moon. So there is some connection between this raga and the moon. That's why we try to relate it to the full moon dedicated to our gurus. I will again play a short presentation, maybe not short, which is called Alap. That's the traditional introduction of the raga, where I can show you the color of this raga. Also, by listening to ragas one after another, you can understand better what is a raga. When you compare them, you will hear now completely different color from the first one, completely different world of sound. So I will try to show you that, and then Sebastian will join me and we will improvise on the most famous Indian rhythmic cycle, which is called Teen Tal. It's 16 beats, very simple, divided 4, 4, 4, 4, 4 times 4. Everyone can feel it, very natural. Teen Tal, which will be in the slow tempo, medium tempo, and fast tempo. Raga, Chandra Cons. So now we will play the last piece. It will be very short. Traditionally in Indian concert, after all this serious classical music, in the end we play something more light, kind of to come back to the ground. So we will try to play one folk melody. In India there is also very rich folk music, and in every region there is a different kind of music. It's a huge country, maybe you know. So many different folk styles. So I will try to play one folk composition, a little bit improvising, which I learned from my guru, based on raga Mishra Mant, and the tala will be Karva. It's very simple, 8 beats straight. That's
He tells
folk.
me now.
Yeah, he didn't know. But you will manage, if you managed all that before. See, we don't fix it. I saw my guru in India. Sometime we went together to a concert where he performed, and he was sitting in a green room, like getting ready, and the organizers would come, and he would ask them what raga they want to hear. So means any raga they will tell, the melody forms, in India, he would play. This is really a very high level of knowledge, without preparation, without rehearsing or practicing. whatever they will say, the organizers, he will perform. And I saw this happening many times. And he would compose all the themes and all the typical phrases on the spot and play for 2 hours. So that's our music. We decide everything spontaneously. It's not interesting for them in India to prepare, to practice, and then to present. It's interesting to create. So now I'm going to play one folk tune, which I'm also trying later to create on my own some variations. Let's see where it will take us. Thank you so much. See, nice mood of the folk music. Let's keep this energy and let's keep also something for the next time because we can improvise until the morning. So somewhere we have to stop. And the next time is tomorrow morning actually. I like to have this evening and morning concerts. We do it every month so that we also have chance to play the beautiful morning ragas, morning melodies, which normally we never can perform because most of the concerts are in the evening. So if you are interested, you can come again. We continue. Next concerts will be in August on 5th and 6th. We will have a very special guest from India who is a student of my guru. And then in end of August again I will play with another tabla player from India. So you can leave your email address at the entrance. There is one page for this and we can send you information. And if anyone is interested to learn something about our music, you can always come here. I live here in the other part and I teach here. So we share this beautiful art with everyone through lessons also. So thank you once again for coming, for supporting us. It's very important that we can continue this nice center. I feel that this format of almost like a house concert is the best for our music. This is how it survived thousands of years in India. It was always a small gathering, like chamba music, kama music. Later, in the second half of 20th century, thanks to my great guru, this music came to huge places, to stadiums, to rock concerts. Beatles, Rolling Stones, they all use sitar. So this was also nice. That's how we came to know about this music, but still I feel the best and the most touching format is like this, when we can feel each other close and not like far away. I also play sometimes very big concerts, 2,000 people, 1,000 people. I don't see anybody, I'm alone. And here I feel a nice atmosphere. So thank you for coming and for supporting. Please come again and good night.